see the book. I had seen the preliminary version, and that time itself, I felt very happy. What both Professor Ramasubramanian and Professor Sriram have pointed out, that apart from decimal system, this emphasis on the elementary operations, that is something which seems to have been going out of circulation. There is this sentence that arithmetic is of Indian origin, but it stops there. In the book of Datta and Singh, a lot of details are given, but I hardly know very few people who actually look at that. So to re-emphasize and bringing it directly to the students of class 7 and 8 that this is how things were done. So this is fantastic for the both for the purpose of history of mathematics, history of Indian mathematics, as well as for the purpose of mathematics education. This is a big service. Many things have already been said. I mean, these basic operations, basic algebra, and with that, some juicy things like magic squares. I personally feel a bit guilty about one thing, that I was asked for suggestions on the preliminary version, and I had given one installment of it. Then I was not getting time, and then it just slipped. Now, what I would suggest is that in future, I mean, now I come to realize that if this kind of meeting had taken place, then maybe many of the things which I have jotted down, now to type all these things, whatever I want to say, to type and communicate it, it takes more time, and then it just doesn't get done. But in this kind of informal things, what I wanted to say, I can kind of explain, and the clarification can be given. So maybe when the next edition is brought, or even when translations are made and the feedback is needed, I mean, feedback is called for, then now that we have got used to this online kind of thing, that these online meetings could be held, so that I think it will help in providing faster feedbacks. So this is a point which I would like to make. So I have certain reservations about various things. For example, exercises. I mean, there are very good exercises, but some of the things could have been avoided. For example, at that level, class 7 and 8, I don't know whether those things have been corrected. The exercises should be sort of objective type, objective in the sense that not opinionated. See, for example, I'll give a statement that Brahmagupta Dash is the founder of algebra. Now, of course, I believe that the answer which was expected is Brahmagupta, which I personally agree. But I think this is not a good objective question, because this concept of it gets into what is foundation. So if Brahmagupta is founder of algebra, didn't Aryabhatta know algebra? Didn't the Sulva Sutras, didn't whether they knew algebra, and whether the Babylonians knew algebra? Various issues come up. So this kind of ambiguous things where there is a bit of subjectivity is involved, or in the question of interpretation is involved, interpretation of terminology, maybe one should avoid such questions in the objective things. And if it is already there, at least if there are exams and such things, one can try to avoid. And maybe these things can be clarified, that in what sense he is the founder of algebra. I personally agree with the statement, but still it is one view versus another view, my view versus your view. Whereas Brahmagupta has done this particular thing, Aryabhatta has done this particular thing, that about that there is no confusion. So these there are similar and another point I would like to say is that when quotations are given, their authenticity should be checked. I don't know whether there is a quote attributed to Einstein that Indians taught us how to count, etc., without which no worthwhile thing is made. But then nobody has been able to authenticate that quote, as far as I know. It was just there in the internet. So such things one has to be careful, and basically one should be careful about making drastic statements. Like for example, I'm just quoting from the older version, the earliest available written representation of numerals in the decimal place value system is in the Aryabhatiya Bhashyam. Now that just rules out, I mean, and students at that level 7 8, they are very impressionable, and this will just stick. Now there is a strong possibility that Bakhshali manuscript is older than Aryabhatiya. Many scholars believe that, and then it just gets contradicted. So, so one should be careful in avoiding such categorical statements like earliest is this and that, where there is a scope for revision. I mean, at this level. So, I mean, there are many other things which can be shared, maybe in a few, I mean, in near future. I would think we would have occasion to share some of the things about the book when I again have a careful look at the final version. So, again, um, congratulations and gratitude for bringing out this book.